Jose Coronado, and I'm doing my speech on the effects of unhealthy eating habits. We'll be starting off with the introduction. Okay, so we have all had unhealthy eating habits in our life, and they are a major issue here in the United States and around the world, and they can have very negative effects on our body, and it's very important that we do what we can to solve this issue. And in this speech, I'm going to be talking about the importance of a healthier diet and why we should eat healthier. Okay, so why is it bad to eat unhealthy? Well, there are many reasons why we shouldn't eat unhealthy. Mostly because of the complications that can come with eating unhealthy. Some of these issues that can occur are obesity and diabetes, which are two that I'm going to be going more in depth on in this presentation. You can also have high blood pressure, tooth decay, some forms of cancer, some eating disorders, and high cholesterol and heart disease. Those are just some of the major issues that can occur from a poor diet. Okay, so obesity. Obesity is the biggest issue that can occur from having a poor diet. According to the website Healthline, it is estimated that about 70% of Americans are overweight or obese. More specifically, around 32.5 American adults are overweight and about 36.5 American adults are obese, which combining those overweight, being either overweight or obese, almost 70% of American adults fall into that category. Yeah, these numbers are simply too high, and they've only increased recently, and the main reason why is because of the unhealthy diets that us Americans have. When I went to London, I noticed something different. When we would go to the restaurants, when we get our food, we noticed that the portions were much smaller than they are here in the United States. And the food was just bland compared to how it is here. And when we went to the grocery stores, we didn't see anything. No hot Cheetos, Takis, none of those chips with a bunch of flavor that are bad for you. So for the majority of stores there were no like real flavorful snacks. But part of the reason of that is because they're here we have a lot of stores that are very unhealthy, and that's part of the reason why obesity is very bad here in the United States compared to other countries. Obesity is also linked to many other chronic diseases that can shorten your life, such as heart disease and strokes. So it's very important to be careful to be healthier. And these trends are only increasing, and if we do not do something about it, over half the country will be obese by the year 2030, and around 80% of the country will either be overweight or obese, which that's just way too high. So we must do something about it. Diabetes is also another problem that can occur due to a poor diet. According to the National Diabetes Statistics Report, in 2018, it was estimated that about 32.4 million Americans had diabetes, which is roughly around 10% of the population. Growing up, we've always known that diabetes is bad and it's a really bad issue. And I had no idea that 32 million people had it. Yeah, diabetes can change a person's life forever. They won't be able to eat some of the same foods that they once were able to, and if they did want to, they'd have to take medicine for the rest of their life, and it's a very very bad disease. So why do we eat so much unhealthy food in America? One of the main reasons why we eat so much unhealthy food here in America is because many people do not know the effects of that it can have on our body. And it's also very easy to access junk food. Like I said early in the presentation, here in America, you can go to the corner store and you can buy a bag of chips, hot Cheetos, Takis, or you can go to McDonald's and everyone has like a McDonald's within 3 or 4 miles of their house. So it's really easy to access food that's not good for you compared to other countries. And also the average person is not willing to spend a lot more money on foods that are healthier. Yeah, healthier foods are a lot more expensive, and if people are unaware of the benefits that eating healthy foods can have compared to eating unhealthy foods, then they're just gonna buy the normal foods. Okay, so here are some steps to a healthier diet. First, make sure that you get a proper source of food from each of the 5 groups. There are fruits, vegetables, grains, proteins, and dairy. Um, you need all of them to have a healthy diet. Some you need more than others, like you need 5 servings of vegetables, 2 servings of fruit, which you need more vegetables and fruit compared to grains, proteins, and dairy. But you do need all 5. Um, Eating sugary, fatty, and salty foods, you can do that, but only sometimes. And when you do eat them, make sure it's only a small amount. Instead of drinking a lot of sugary drinks, drink a lot of water. You should be drinking a lot of water anyways, but instead of drinking Coke, Powerade, things like that, substitute that for water. You can still have some of that stuff, but try to limit it as much as possible. And lastly, plan meals ahead of time. Swap your poor diet choices, like instead of eating um, a candy bar or some sour punch straws, instead of eating that, substitute it for an orange or an apple. You'll still get that same sweetness that you want, just a much healthier choice. Um, and for this slide, I used the government of Australia, of South Australia site, for this slide. The government of South Australia. Okay, so these are some solutions to fix the issue. The previous slide was some steps to take to eat healthier, and these are some solutions to fix the issue. Okay, so what we could do is we can start by educating parents and students about the importance of eating healthier. By doing that, it can improve everyone's perspective on having a good diet. We can inform them on the negative effects that a poor diet can have on their lives. By doing that, more people will be aware, and they will most likely be interested in having better diet choices. And we can also make healthier foods more accessible and more affordable. By doing that, more people are going to afford good quality food like organic food. And by making these foods more affordable, more people will be able to buy them, and everyone can be healthier. Okay, and in conclusion, by using these solutions I proposed, we can help have a healthier diet. By doing that, this will only make a positive impact on the United States and help Americans live a healthier and happier life. That about concludes my presentation. Thank you.